Cards are the familiar face of statistics-based games and financial devastation around the world, used for the past few thousand years to wager currency and goods in a game of chance. They're so universal that it'd be hard to find someone on the street who hasn't at least seen a modern 52-card deck at some point in their lives. They're symbols of risk, gambling, and fate itself. Some people put an odd kind of faith in the cards, believing some force of luck will pull through and grant them victory. Of course, this is all nonsense. You can't tip the scales in any direction short of cheating, and that does you no good. You've got to accept the hand you've been dealt and hope statistics are on your side. And then there's Balatro. This is a game of chance about breaking a game of chance, manipulating the odds to be in your favor at every possible avenue. Real quick, let's explain the rules. You've got a regular 52-card deck, draw 8 cards per hand, and can play 5 at a time. If you don't have a hand you want, you can also discard up to 5 at a time. Score above the required chips before you run out of hands to beat the blind, claim your money, and move on to the next shop. Now for where things get wacky. By using the jokers, tarot cards, spectral cards, card packs, tags, and vouchers, you can massively change how your game functions. Even a single one of these is enough to sway the odds in your favor. Take the cryptid spectral card, for example. Select a card and create 2 copies of it. This one act alone changes your odds of drawing a 4 of a kind from a 0.338% to a 0.551. That's a 48% difference with one tiny change. And that's not even taking into account hand size. Say we add paintbrush, a voucher that increases your hand size by 1. That 0.551% jumps to a 0.981%, which is a 56% increase. Suddenly, that 4 of a kind becomes a whole lot more possible. Oh, and if you were curious, these increases also apply to a lot of the other hands, with an average increase of 53.3%. To be fair, most of them benefited more from the hand size than the cryptid. That's all good and fun and totally didn't require me to analyze data for like 3 hours at the bottom of an old anatomy paper, but if the only statistics that matter is making something more frequent, who cares? That doesn't teach you anything about statistics. That title's a lie! Well, hold on just a second. I haven't talked about discards yet. The primary driver behind your actual gameplay and the deciding factor of your success. Whether you can take a quick peek at your deck, see exactly what you have left to draw, and use that to decide what to get rid of is the most important skill you can have when playing Balatro. I would love to go super in-depth on this, but there are programmers and mathematicians that have universally agreed it's better to just program a model to generate data for you than trying to figure out the archaic statistics behind discards. And I'm not going to be the one to change that. So instead I'll be presenting the data collected by one of those programmers, a YouTuber that goes by Apocalypse Hero. Long story short, discards are fantastic. After just one discard, the odds for most hands have multiplied by 400%, most notably increasing the odds of flushes and full houses. This trend then continues as you use even more discards. But discards aren't a magical press this for the hand you want button, like I said before. That is the skill of Balatro, using your knowledge of statistics to make informed decisions on what to buy in shops and what to discard. I could go into detail about the shop and how what you buy there is also heavily influenced by statistics, but that would require me to explain a bunch of other game mechanics like jokers and booster pack chances, and I just don't think we have time for that. Thank you very much for watching, and yes, I do personally think this should have a bit more credit than the assignment itself lists it as, because I think maybe this was one of the most heavily edited videos I've ever done, and maybe that deserves a little bit of merit.